So then, Talk Here is Talk Here, and as per usual, I did a couple pre-releases at my local game store. Bad Wolf Gaming in Hull, link in the description to their website. Not sponsored, they're just cool. And as per usual, I'm going to be showing off the stuff that I pulled, the stuff that I built, and recapping the event. So, first up then was Comp Pre-Release. I got a Mardu box, I built Mardu. I do like the Mardu spin down as well. Very pretty. So I believe at the front here is the deck that I built. This looks promising. No, this is the other stuff. Let's quickly look through the miscellaneous good pulls then. We had Team Battle Crier, Occasional Village, Spells in Motion. The card I'm still figuring out how I can use Sibsig Ceremony. I feel it's probably going to be a standard. It's going to be possible to build a standard deck around this. Like, there's enough stuff in standard right now that's too generic that you can, in theory, mulligan for this, drop this turn 3, and then shit out your entire hand for a bunch of zombies. Hallmark Siege. Tempted to run this somewhere. I don't know. And then a bunch of other less interesting stuff. Yeah, there's some commons and uncommons I like in this set, but I'll talk about them better elsewhere. As per usual with deck building then, I went a little over the recommended amounts. So here's the pulls that went in. Scarred Barons. Nugan, because fuck yeah. I just casually pulled Ugin at this pre-release. Then you a bundle box on the same day and you got New Elspeth as well, so like fucking quibs in there. Twin Bolt. Sonic Shrieker. Sonic Shrieker's pretty fun. Like, out of the uncommon dragon cycle, it's probably not it's not as good as the Sultai one, but it's not bad. Rolling Wilds. Love the artwork of Rolling Wilds in this set. Man. Voice of Victory. This is going into another deck afterwards. Stormshriek Feral. I do like this. I'm running the fancy version in the version of my Ganax deck list that I might show off at some point. Shock Brigade. Pretty swamp. Oh yeah, I just figured that, like, since I had the bundle box, I'd use a lance from it for this. It worked out pretty well. Reigning Victor. Plains Mardu Monument. Dragon's Prey. Nice little bit of limited removal. Nightblade Brigade. Nightblade Brigade is decent, in fairness. I like how the Surveil one is buried right at the bottom of the card. One of my opponents in casual pre-release fell foul of that a couple times and forgot the Surveil. Swamp. Defibrillating Current. You know, it's good enough. Another bit of land. Second Stormshriek. Nomad Outpost. Arceus Exhale. Seize Opportunity. Caustic Exhale. I do like the Exhale cycle, you know. Worthy Cost. Hardened Tactician. Plains. Mardu Devotee. I like the Devotee cycle as well, to be fair. Nice, there's new little Mardorks for limited. Plains. G2 Beyond Death. Frontline Rush. Frontline Rush is pretty fun as well, actually. I got some decent use out of that. Zergo was the rare in the first pack that I opened, so, like, yeah, that cements it. It's Mardu. I'll put him to the side for the second as well. He's particularly fun. Molten Exhale, Aleshia's Legacy, Reigning Victor, Overwhelming Surge, Underfoot Underdogs. I got good value out of this as well a few times. Plains, Swamp, and I've already relocated all of the mountains to Ganax, so there's like a number of those as well. So, game 1, I was up against a friend of the channel, Lauren, and had kind of a favourable matchup. Her deck couldn't really match the aggro levels of mine, and so I went 2-0. Second round opponent was Tough, one of the guys from Stronghold that, like, normally show up for our comp events, because our comp pricing is more what they want out of comp than their own local. Which, hey, I'm just saying, Bad Wolf, we got what you want. Yeah, Tough is known as being a pretty tricky opponent to beat. Like, usually he is top 3, top 4 at events like this. And it was a mirror match in Mardu. And then Game 1, he managed a narrow win. Game 2, I resolved Ugin. and he didn't have any way of dealing with Ugin, and he just ended up scooping. Just because, gaining 3 life every turn is actually not bad in this kind of format, and you're up against an aggro deck that counts... Aggro decks, friend of the channel Toru says fairly regularly about our own Is It Prowess deck, it counts to 20 really well, but doesn't know how to count to 21. And the moment you start bringing life gain into the situation, aggro decks can actually struggle there. So that worked out pretty well for me. Game 3, I had a run of luck with draws. He did not. And then he just left. Round 3, I lost game 1 due to an unforced error. I was attacking with a number of creatures. I sacked one of them to put the rest. And Autopilot sacked the one that wasn't being blocked. I mean, I didn't get lethal through and died the next turn. And then next game I drew nothing but lands. And no big deal. Game 4 was against a friend of the channel, Quinn, and she kicked my ass, as expected. She's a pretty strong player in these formats. And on top of that, I figured that, hang on a minute, she's only lost 1 game so far, and it was against a guy that I previously lost to. She might well be on for prizing here, especially with Toph having left. And she placed 4th overall with a few packs out of it. Good for her. Anyway, why have I set these 3 particular cards aside? Well, Voice of Victory will be going into fucking what's-his-face, Mondrak. Just because, it's a nice cute creature. It can get me some... It gets me some stuff on swing that can be useful to get end the game damage through. And it keeps all my shit safe. We like it. Ugin. I have incredibly stupid plans for Ugin. My plan is to proxy him into Primus, and then run him as the only Planeswalker in my Optimus Prime deck, just because that's the one with the most hits for colourless non-lands. Now, there is one deck I have that has more than that, obviously, so the melee deck. However, I'm not going to do her like that, man. She hates Planeswalkers. I'm not putting the Planeswalker in her deck. Finally then, Zergo. I'd said after round 2 that if I made prizing, I was going to build this guy. I did not make prizing, but I do still like him. If I was going to recommend one rare from the main set to build for Commander, it would probably be this guy, just because he's fun. So yeah, that was casual, that was comp pre-release. Didn't go super as planned, but I did pretty well. I got to resolve Ugin and do Ugin things, I got to resolve Zergo and do Zergo things, and I beat a player who's objectively stronger than me. That was pretty fun. Yeah, a lot of why I lost against Quinn was that when I managed to resolve Ugin, she managed to exile it under Osseous Exhale, and I had 1 piece of enchantment removal in the deck, and that piece of enchantment removal was Ugin. Oh well. Casual then, I pulled Sultai. Also, a really fucking pretty dice. Let's see, one of these is the deck. Yep. Miscellaneous pulls then. 1 mythic. Another copy of Elspeth. Not going to say no to that. Because I did both pre-releases, I got this beautiful pin. Will be going in the loot chest at some point. And, yeah, Sultai then. Now, Jungle, Hollow and Dismal Backwater. Dragon's Prey again. Keru Goldkeeper. Like I said, Sultai Dragon, pretty good. 1 more cards of your graveyard during your turn and create a trade token. And you can exile it from the graveyard to do some other stuff. Herd Heirloom, very nice card. Rakshas's Bargain, not bad. Kushla Skimmer, I think I was on 2 of these. Pretty decent. Garmag Nightwatch, nice little draw piece. Naga Fleshcrafter was fun. Alchemist's Assistant, easily my favourite artwork from the set. Come, take ibuprofen with me. Great flavor text as well. Do not test the Mandrill. He knows a thief when he sees one. You try and steal this guy, is gonna fuck you up, let's face it. Okay. Feral Deathgorger. Nice and simple. I like the own mechanic as well. And if I included that and 3 copies of Saga Wildling in the deck, including 1 pretty one. Saga Wildling is neat. I'm 50-50 on running this in my Ganax deck, especially when I have a pretty version. Just because, like, you know, if you're 1 green, you just grab a land to hand, and then recycle it into the deck so you can maybe get another land, maybe a dragon later on. Desperate Measures, it's Mardu, but it's in here anyway because my girl Alessia. Terror Goalkeeper again. Feral Death Gorger again. I think I'm on like 10 dragons in here. Durga Island Dragon. Dragon's Prey. Sultai Devotee. Again, Devotee cycle. Pretty fun. Kishla Skimmer. Opulent Palace. Second Durga. Lazard Prowler. This is my promo attacks. You mill cards able to more lands you control. Yeah, get a little bit of mill out of it, and when you renew, you get it from your bin and pump the hell out of something. Not bad. Scavenger Regent, friend of the channel Lauren's probably going to be after this one. Just because, well, she has a Malharit's Feathers Knight deck, and in that deck, with the commander on board, 1 and 2 black for Exude Toxin means that, yeah, everyone else's boards are getting wiped of all non-dragon creatures, and then this recycles back into the deck. We have 3 Entombs, some guy, Holomerk Siege again, and Dirty again. So, I would go through my other rares, but this is every rare that I pulled apart from Elspeth. And I figured, fuck it, let's run them all. Yeah, we got enough here to hopefully be consistent. It was consistent, it's not consistently good. I lost every round. Won a couple games. And like, it was fun just getting to play a deck that was mostly dragons in this format. You know, I got to do the stuff I wanted to do, basically. Like, I got to board wipe with Scavenger Regent and leave some of my own stuff intact. And crucially, I got to get my 3 Entombs off. Which, right, what did I do for that one? I think I went with Lazard Prowler, Naga Fleshcrafter, and there was one in black that let me do something as well, I think. Yeah, the monkey. Yeah, which, you know, putting all 3 of these to graveyard so that I can pay 2, yeet 1, put a lifelink counter on something, and pay 3, yeet 1, and turn everything into a copy of something. Or pay 2, yeet 1, and just pump the shit out of something. Good enough, you know? Mostly it was just for fun of being able to cast 3 Entombs effectively. And yeah, that was Tarkia Prerelease. Really fun set, really good limited environment, highly recommended. Really fun stuff for Commander as well. Going to be interesting seeing a lot of this in Standards. There's a lot of people fully expecting Sultai to get big there. I can see why. See you next time for, hopefully, something else from this set.
Thank you.